Rule number 2.6. I send you 2,300,000 emails, and every day you act like you don't have to do anything. I never got notice of court hearings after I responded to the dissolution of marriage. I didn't get any of the documentation that was omitted to the court after that time. Poop. I never got a dissolution of marriage, and you say that you do not have to ensure the right to be heard. Now, a judge shall accord to every person who has a legal interest in a proceeding or that person's lawyer the right to be heard according to law. Yes. Now, this shit about getting arrested because somebody called the cops. One phone call from one spouse to the police department on Guam. 7.5 years later, I've involved every oath of office of this nation, and every one of them is liable for your refusal to enforce my right to be heard. Consistent with controlling court rules, a judge may encourage parties to a proceeding and their lawyers, yes, to settle matters in dispute, but should not act in a manner that coerces any party into settlement. Now, as I remember it, yes, this Court Rule 2.6 is a part, yes, of the court rules of the state of Washington. I'm telling you that you never enforced or ensured my right to be heard. You did not want to hear from me in July of 2011. You didn't want to hear in 2012. You didn't want to hear in 2013. You made sure that I was not heard in 2015. You served me in the Squim Public Library and you served somebody other than myself. Yes. And then when I start telling you this is against the law, you decided to make up crimes that I didn't commit so that you could have me admitted to a mental facility. Now, how fucking stupid can you be? Now, I again used the Peninsula Daily News article. Yes. Uh, the Budnick brothers. Yes. That are in public school. Yes. That I emailed 600 civil rights coordinators about. Yeah. That happens to be a Washington State public school. Nobody called me. Nobody removed their court orders. No one did a fucking thing. Now, my sons are not going to graduate at 19 and a half years old. And this idea of what can he do? What can I do as a father? I can prove, right, that just because a spouse calls the police and alleges domestic violence does not give you the right to say the person's crazy. Poop. Because that's all that happened. Yes, she decided to abduct my sons. And she didn't want me to go with her. Now, I know the actual ages because I put it in the email. Zach, Z-A-C-H. Not Zachary because the newspaper said Zach. Oh, who are they quoting? Oh, Beat Hard. The same coach Beat Hard, Trey? Yes. Whose wife is Trish? Yes. That's the civil rights coordinator in Brennan, Washington. Why he didn't use the word Zachary as the actual name of my son. I could find that insulting, offensive. To call my son by a name that I myself right now, an insult to my naming of my children. Zachary. Did I ever call Zachary Zach? Oh. Did you intentionally abuse my son, Trey? Because Trish said I was in Brendan, Washington when I wasn't? Have you been abusive to my sons? Because I will have you put in prison. Now, have you made a phone call to the police? on Guam, 10 minutes to 7 on July 2nd of 2011. And from then until now, this county, Jefferson County, this state, and the United States right now